Up stream, just checking that all of my different bits and pieces are working, because I know that sometimes I end up having some technical difficulties whilst trying to start the stream. So I've foregone the usual kind of starting soon scene, because that always seems to mess me up. For whatever reason, going through transitions tends to slow down the stream, tends to create a bit of a lag between the audio and the video. So I've not bothered today. It doesn't really seem to work very well for me, so I figured let's leave it out. Let's just go straight into the game. I'll start looking at putting a transition back in when it seems to like steady out a little bit and doesn't cause me so much of an issue just for wanting to transition, which is painful. I'll be honest with you. I don't like it. It's no good. It's no fun. At the moment though, everything seems fine. There doesn't seem to be any lag at all. Everything seems to be working as it should. So I don't know. Let's hope it stays that way. It'd be really annoying if it starts to slow down whilst I'm playing. That's what I want to try and avoid. I don't want to get into the last couple of streams where I've had to split it up into sort of 2 or 3 chunks, because for whatever reason, anytime my computer tries to do anything other than stream the game, it slows down a lot and you end up with this gap between the sound and the video coming through. Hey Amy, thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in to moderate. And Spartan. And Courtney, thanks for joining. So I was just saying, I've had a lot of issues recently with the stream where the audio falls behind the gameplay video. And I really don't want it to happen again, because when it happens, I have to go and re-edit the footage and combine it into one video to upload to YouTube, and it takes forever. And I hate having to restart the stream 2 or 3 times throughout. So I've hi Danny. So I've foregone the usual kind of like starting soon intro screen with the transitions, because it just seems to make it even worse. Yeah, I know you're not a huge fan of The Last of Us, but that's fine. You know, different strokes, different folks, horses for courses and all that. So, where were we on the last stream? So we'd seen Ellie escape from David and his gang. We'd seen that Joel had been recovering in that garage. Ellie had sort of stitched him up, helped to suture his wounds. Surprisingly well, considering she's like what, 10, something like that. But she did a good job. And then we are now basically playing as Joel again, trying to catch up with Ellie to sort of rescue her from David and his gang. And that's where we are. So let's crack on. Left Behind is the DLC. We'll play that afterwards. How's everyone been since Monday? Having fun? Playing games? Doing what makes you happy? Nacho baby, you've been tired. Yeah, I know. I just caught the end of your stream the other night, just as you were getting ready to go to bed, and I saw that you were saying you were tired. Spartan, you wish you were playing games. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, that's why I do this a couple of hours every other day. So, let's crack on, because we're now getting into some really, really interesting parts of the story. So these guys think that Ellie is basically gonna infect them by biting them. Oh, I'm gonna get caught, aren't I? Oh, it's a way to start strong. I don't even know why I bother trying to go stealth. It never works out for me. I might have just gotten away with this. I might have somehow just gotten away with that. But now, because they're not moving, they don't show up on like my like stealth, my listen mode. I wonder if I can come and grab this guy from behind without the others seeing. No! There's a dude stood right there. Fucking hell. Oh my fucking god. Do you know what? And she's like hanging out. Like stood on the window frame. Do you know what? I'm gonna restart this. This is a terrible start. Start as you mean to go on. Yeah, that's me, mate. You know it. I just really struggle with the stealth, you know. So, what's really interesting about this part is that when the game was being sort of demonstrated and showcased, I've mentioned previously that Sony were kind of putting quite a bit of pressure on Naughty Dog to take Ellie off of the cover art, take her kind of out of all the promotional material and everything else. And for the most part, Naughty Dog pushed back and said, no, that's not going to happen. Like, Ellie is a massive part of the game. We're not going to take her off of the promotional material. We're not going to hide the fact that this young girl is a main driver for this story. But there is one part that they did choose to kind of like not hide, but like hide. They lied straight up. One part they chose to sort of lie about is when they were doing the circuits, going to conventions and everything else, sort of trying to drum up some hype for the game. Naughty Dog literally turned around to the team and said, here's a list of things that we are going to lie about. If someone asks you if you get to play as Ellie, you will say no. If someone asks you, like, they had like this sort of, they were trying to keep a lot of secrets, obviously, and it worked really well. What I was going to say though is that they originally talked about whether or not you would play this part, like switching quickly between Ellie and Joel, like repeatedly throughout the course of the story. Oh, fuck's sake, see me again. It's like it's impossible to take one of these down without the other one seeing them. No. No. Not happy with it. I need to find a way. There's got to be a way to take one of them down without the other seeing, surely. There's always going to be a pair, all the time. Every time, isn't it? Every single time. Mate, if this was Lion King, that would be game over. Shit, I didn't know that. I don't think the Ellie parts have a negative impact on the game. No, so the Ellie parts don't have a negative impact. In fact, they have a really... They make it like even better because you feel the tension from both sides, right? The game was so The Last of Us, if you want to talk about where it really came from, then like the absolute initial inspiration for it, Neil Druckmann he wasn't like always a game developer or a producer or a director or anything. He actually went to university to study criminology, so he was studying like criminology and like how the human mind works in terms of like crime and everything else. And part of his course, his professor, who was apparently really good friends with Ramiro, he kind of like said to his students, look, go away and design a game. I don't know what relevance that has to criminology. This is just the story as it goes. He went away and said, look, go and design a game, and I'm going to get Ramiro to look at it and kind of give you some feedback on what he thinks of the storyline or whatever. And his wasn't chosen, apparently. Like, it wasn't really anything that anyone wanted to see. But the storyline was like basically going to center around a cop with like a heart condition who has to look after like a young girl in like a zombie kind of city. These three, I'm not going to be able to take them down, am I? Because they're all just going to crouch around there together. And the idea is that like as you play through the game as this cop with a heart condition, there's going to be times where his heart condition like really takes over, and the role of like protector and like protectee would switch constantly between them. And that like over a really long time, that evolved to kind of become The Last of Us, where you have, you know, this kind of like really weary, kind of battle-hardened, like dogged kind of protector, and then this like super vulnerable, like young, fuck's sake, young girl. This is really doing my head in. Maybe I shouldn't even just try and kill them. I should just like get on with the game. Maybe I can just like pass this bit by completely. Ellie, climb over the... So I'm trying to make her jump over that little gap and she wasn't having any of it. That's really annoying.
Where'd you go? You're not getting out.
Oh, man. Dun, 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 na, 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 na. I've had this song stuck in my head for the past few days.
Where do I go?
Yeah, where do we go? Where do we go? I remember this bit being a real pain because you can't see at all. Or like there's no real guide as to where you're supposed to be heading. If you know what I mean. So have I gone like the have I gotten turned around? Am I going the complete wrong way?
It's so damn cold.
It looks it. Have I gotten like completely lost then? Because surely that's the building where I've just come out of. So I don't want to be going back through there. And I can't go in any of these. Or there. In here? Nope. Yeah, so I'm lost now. Ah, okay, there we go. There we go. Ah, this is a really big part of the game. So hopefully those that have been with us since the start haven't disappeared. Although I suppose they can watch this back later. That number, I think actually it's been patched. Or will I have downloaded the update actually on this console? I might not have. So when they initially released the game, these pest control notices had real life phone numbers for sex lines on them. Apparently accidentally. I don't know how you can accidentally include a sex line number, but that's the story. And they had to patch them out a little later. Oh shit, let's heal up. Did you not know that, Spartan? Because that's like one of the better known like little tricks or whatever about the game. So Druckmann came out and said that it was 100% accidental. It wasn't intentional. They didn't realise they were supposed to be fake. I'm missing it all because this call is going on. Amy, man. Need to get off the call. I'm surprised, Spartan, because that's like a well-known thing. Like there are some parts of the game that are quite hidden. In Pittsburgh. Hi Thersha, thanks for dropping by. I'm not too bad. How are you? Spartan, in Pittsburgh there's a newspaper that has a headline for Uncharted 13, the movie, with Nathan Drake being played by Justin Bieber. So that's one of the ones that are like quite easy to miss. But that's quite a well-known addition to the game, that the sex hotlines. Yeah, there's a newspaper in the earlier part of the game that basically says Uncharted 13, the next movie. I think it's called like Lush Movie or something like that, starring Justin Bieber as Nathan Drake. So this is a pretty big part that's coming up, Amy. And I know there's going to be a few people who have been sort of watching the game from the beginning that will end up missing out. But they can watch it back. They can watch it back later on. Just make sure I've collected all of the little bits and pieces, health packs and everything else. The level of detail and thought that goes into these games is amazing. Like, little things that you don't think about. Like, up until, well, not up until, but a lot of games that were coming out at the time follow the kind of standard trope of having collectibles and like, sort of items that you can pick up be very, very obvious in the gaming world, like, really highlighted. And The Last of Us kind of went the opposite way, in that, you know, things that are on desks and hidden in tables and hidden in drawers wouldn't be obvious until you went right up to search them.
How did you do it?
Do what? Oh, fuck's sake. Cheers, I smash pies.
Nowhere to go.
So he's just locked us in.
Want out.
Perfect.
Gonna have to come get these keys.
Oh, I don't have a gun. Did he just... Oh, he just took it, didn't he?
No one that's infected fights this hard to stay alive.
So he just took my gun.
Get those keys.
So he just took my gun, but he has the keys.
Gotta admit, whoops.
Oh shit, I just stepped on some fucking plates, didn't I? Fuck's sake. Forgot all about those.
Okay, Ellie. I'm sorry about your horse. I truly am.
Yeah, fuck you, man. You killed my fucking
Hope you
horse.
take comfort in knowing that you won't waste any
It's the
more.
same, like, you know when you watch a movie or you play a game, and it's like, kill all of the guys you want. Kill everyone in the movie, but don't touch the animals, man. Melly Moo Mum, seeing this
No,
man in
I
restaurants make me think that's what they look
Really
like at
wish
the
you
moment
hadn't
here.
killed James.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Good kid.
So the game drew a lot of inspiration from, I think, was it Hurricane Katrina that was like happening at the time, or like happened like just prior to the game, and they went and looked at like what had happened to businesses and homes and cities and towns and stuff, and how they'd been destroyed, how they'd been left following like
Ellie, come on. Know you're dying
the
to say
destruction from like those kind of natural disasters. But they also looked at like the Spanish flu. They looked at previous kind of pandemics and epidemics and kind of worked to think like how would that sort of manifest itself in the 21st century. There's actually a book written which is called, I think it's like The World Without Us, and it's a thought experiment on what the world would look like without us. And it covers this kind of stuff, like all businesses being abandoned. Do you think I can go and get the keys, or do you think you'll see me? I've got to try, haven't I?
Hello.
Oh fuck, no!
That was good, kid.
Oh mate, stabbed him right in the neck.
Alright.
Oh fuck, he ain't playing now, is he? Fuck's sake. This is one of the parts of the game that
Careful now.
sticks in my mind, like, the most. Out of everything. Like, this scene, this character, like, the way that he interacts with Ellie, and... I can't step over the fucking plates, though. Makes you go, like, such a long way round. Stabby, stabby!
Yeah.
Does he run now? Yeah. Do you think I can sneak around and stab him? Nah, he'd see me, wouldn't he? Don't step on the plates. I've just seen that, Spartan. Do you think I can... If I go, is he going to see me? Nope. Oh, but he magically turns around, so... Mate, give him it. Just give him a little stabby stab. Or don't. Oh, it cuts away now, doesn't it? And we don't see what happens. It cuts back to Joel. So he's nowhere near. Oh, fuck. Are you fucking kidding me? looks like I'm going to be restarting again. For fuck's sake, I forgot it cuts back to Joel. Yeah, me too, to be honest with you. Hi, Shay. Shay? Shy? Fuck's sake. Nah, fuck this. Let's restart again. Thanks for dropping by. Raid last night was good, wasn't it? I really enjoyed last night. Like, sometimes I come off of Raid and I'll be kind of thinking like, oh man, I'm really pissed we didn't kill the last boss. We've got to go back in and do a night. But no, last night was really, really good. Good fun. Good to clear it. Man, there's shitloads of them. Loads more than I thought there would be. Game looks awesome though. Maybe I should go get it. What? Have you not played The Last of Us, Thursday? That surprises me because you're. I've always thought of you as more of a gamer than myself. Oh, can I sneak past all these dudes? Because that would be mega. Yeah, but not this game. Finally got my PS5. Oh, you actually got a PS5. Awesome. That's cool. Join the club. I was really, really fortunate to get one day one. But I haven't played it until, like, recently. Like, until playing this game. I played a little bit of Spider-Man, and that was it. Oh, do you think I need to get them? Yeah, Thursday. I just tend to call people by their Twitch names. You know, because if I'm calling you Baron, like it's going to be confusing, sort of thing. You're welcome for getting a PS5 day one. Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, you had to. Wait, did you get my PS5 for me day one? I don't even remember. Do you think I have to actually take these dudes down? Or can I just sneak through? So I managed to take him down, and then, but it still alerts everyone, even though I took him down with like a bow and arrow. I'm not quite sure how that works. Let's go see if we can put some other guys to sleep. It's bedtime. It's fucking bedtime. Oh, mate. He's gonna come in here, isn't he? Yeah. Let's do that there. Perfect. This is not what I fucking wanted. Fuck's sake! Oh, fuck you. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Why play stealth, right? When you can just fuck everyone up. Well, that sucks. I tried to grab him, and he spun around actually at like the last moment. Where's his mate gone?
Cool, man. Take it easy, all right?
Where's his mate? He had a friend. Alright, fuck him. I was sure he had a mate hiding around somewhere. There's one dude. And that's all of them. Hopefully. Man, I come back in time for singing and not stealth play. Yeah, I don't really do the stealth too well, do I? Let's be honest. I don't do the singing too well either, but... Is there anything that's worth picking up, or have I got it all? Mate, he's like up and about really quickly, isn't he, after having been down for so long? The DLC that came out after this release is based in the period of time between Joel getting kind of knocked out at the university, at the college, and the part where you play as Ellie hunting the deer. So it shows you like Ellie basically trying to scrounge up some medicine, like going through abandoned supermarkets and shopping centres and stuff, trying to find medicine. So we'll play that afterwards. The light effects are awesome in this game. Yep. Yeah, light, music. They really went out of their way for absolutely everything. Actually, that's a really good point. The lighting effects in this game, in terms of like the dynamic shadows that everything casts, they spent an absolute shit ton of time on it. All the shadows are cast in real time, dependent on like where the light source is coming from, whether it's the sun or a lamp. It's a lot more kind of detail than was put into other games at the time. Same with sound effects. They went and recorded all their sound effects brand new. So they went and captured like footsteps in the rain, went and dropped metals like up in the mountains, so that the same kind of like echoes and stuff, they can use it in the game. Gustavo, who did the soundtrack, played it with instruments he'd never played before and instruments that he didn't know how to play. Like a load of effort went into the game, like more than you'd ever kind of think about. Gustavo is like yet another musician who doesn't know how to read or write music, and kind of just sort of experiments and learns as he goes. Attention to details is what sets this game apart. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I've said it before and I'll say it numerous times again. The gameplay in this game is nothing kind of... It's nothing really innovative. You shoot and you scavenge and you know, you got some melee kind of in there as well, but it's the story, the narrative, the attention to like little details that make it really, really good. Makes a difference, like you say. Ah, Ellie's backpack.
What is this?
The Outer Worlds.
Silly stuff here.
I don't know what the Outer Worlds is. Oh, this is fucking horrible. So if you've not worked it out yet,
I gotta find her.
David and his men
I
are
gotta find her.
like cannibals, and this is fucking gruesome because they're hung up to like butcher and carve up and eat later on. That's why they're like still hung up here and not sort of buried away. It's fucking grim. Oh yeah, okay, so we're back. We're at the part with Ellie now. Mate, you need to get up, and you need to get up quickly. I was looking for dinner inspiration. Well, you found it. This gang of cannibals. We are in need. We shall provide. It's always the other like humans. It's always the survivors that are the ones you really have to fucking worry about. The infected aren't even that dangerous. Like the parts where you have to play through and like get past the infected, they're not. It's not that hard. It's just the other fucking survivors.
You know, it's okay to give up. Ain't no shame in it.
Can't get over that this guy is voiced by Nathan Drake.
Guess not. Just not your style, is it?
No, it's not my style. Fuck's sake.
You can try begging.
Mate, this guy is not right.
You think you know me? Huh? Well, let me tell you something. You have no idea what I'm...
I think we've gotten a pretty good guess. This bit.
Oh, baby girl.
That bit there always fucking hits me when he calls her baby girl. Because this is a massive fucking turning point. The way Joel is speaking to her now. And like holding her and like look how much he fucking cares. This bit always hits me hard, man. Like, that's major. Oh, baby girl. Yeah, it's a different kind of baby girl. Oh, hey, baby girl. Show me them big ass. Tatters.
Ellie! Ellie! Did you hear me?
No. What?
Look. Hospital. This is where we get off. Let's go, kiddo.
Speaking about how the infected aren't even the worst part of the game, at one point in development they had planned to not have any
Feel that
infected
breeze,
at
huh?
all.
I tell you, on a day like this, I just sit on my porch, pick away my six string.
The virus would
Yeah,
still
once
be
we're
part
done
of the
with this whole
game,
thing,
but
I teach you how to play
they
guitar.
had planned, like I said, at one point you'd never actually see an infected. It would
What do you
always be
say,
like
huh?
a kind of looming threat. I love how from this point on, so there's obviously been a bit of time has passed since that incident with David. The way like Joel speaks to and interacts with Ellie is completely different now. Like actually talking to her.
I dreamt about flying the other night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You gonna elaborate on that?
It was a stupid dream.
Oh shit, I didn't talk to her. Right. She mentioned having a dream about flying and I was supposed to go over and actually kind of talk to her and initiate the dialogue. And I didn't realise, I thought it was just going to be a, you know, a spiel that she comes out with. There's actually a trophy, I think, for interacting
Look at that. Another city. Another abandoned quarantine.
with every NPC for all of their optional dialogue. Which I'm obviously not going to get on this run, but... I'll get it at some point. Can I climb that? Yep. Can Ellie climb it?
There's that hospital the Firefly mentioned. Come on, kiddo.
Can she get up? Yeah, okay, she's good. Giraffes literally everywhere. The whole way through. There was a journalist, like a video games journalist, who had a copy of the game early, and he'd played through most of it, but was obviously like sworn to secrecy, so he couldn't say anything about the game. He couldn't reveal any part of it or whatever. There's like an embargo on kind of revealing things until after the release date. But he basically went out and took a load of photos and put a load of posts up on his socials about giraffes without actually revealing anything about the game. And people were looking at him for a long time thinking, you know, why has this guy got such a big interest in giraffes all of a sudden? And it only made sense after the game came out and he could kind of like talk about it a bit more.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
No, you ain't.
You just kind of seem extra quiet today.
See what I mean though? How like Joel is actually caring
Oh,
for
so-
once. It's changed so
It's fine.
much. Yeah, he wouldn't ask before. He wouldn't have had any interest before in kind of how she was feeling and whatever.
Well, we could use that ladder.
And obviously that changed over time. Yeah, you could use the ladder. You could probably just boost her up, like, but it's gonna make me do something really fucking long-winded, like grab this little cart and push it over. Or not. What's up? Why so glum?
Here we go.
Oh, you got your code. Awesome, that's cool. You can start playing Final Fantasy.
Ellie.
Yeah. See, something's not right, man. She's obviously like been affected more than she's saying.
Ellie.
What?
The ladder.
What do you mean, what? We ain't just sitting here, mate. Jesus Christ. Come on, bring it down. I thought she was going to go walking off then. There are so many decent games on Game Pass. There actually is. Like,
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what? Oh, I know this bit, So, there are a load of good games on Game Pass.
Ellie.
I'm not like a kind of console fanboy or anything, but I much prefer my PlayStation just because, I mean, you got to have a favourite, right? So, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm a PlayStation guy, but Game Pass is amazing.
What is it?
PlayStation have PlayStation Now, but the range of games on there isn't as great. It just doesn't seem to work as well. I don't think the pricing is
What the hell is...
like as great, although I could be wrong. It could be that Game Pass is actually much more expensive than PlayStation Now, but I don't know. There's nothing that's ever drawn me towards PlayStation Now, whereas Game Pass, you know, I've got like a year or two subscription worth. Ellie's obviously seen something that she's really enamoured with that we're not yet seeing.
Come on, hurry up.
Will you give us a clue? I mean, what could you be looking at? Jamie's liking the stream on Facebook. Thanks, buddy. I won't be streaming on Facebook forever. So hopefully you're watching on Twitch as well. The fact that Game Pass gets all new Microsoft releases day one, yes. And the added EA games, yes. I mean, Microsoft has been buying up publishers, right? Like, they've recently bought Bethesda, is it? That's what she was in love with. The giraffes. I told you, giraffes, massive part of the game. They were originally going to be zebras at one point. Zebras. Zebras. Aww.
We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
What's the other option?
Go back to Tommy's. Be done with this whole damn thing.
After all we've been through. Everything that I've done. It can't be for nothing.
Surprisingly, like, even suggested that to her, you know. Game Pass gets all new Microsoft releases day one, and added EA games. They get Bethesda. They get all kinds of like great titles. So Game Pass is awesome, but it doesn't have The Last of Us.
But there's no halfway with this. Once we're done, we'll go wherever you want. Okay?
Deal.
Well, I ain't leaving without you.
Ah,
So let's go wrap this up.
he's changed so much. I love it. I'm so driven by character development in video games and movies and everything. I always like the first of any franchise. I just like, you know, seeing the characters kind of like be brought to life. I love seeing them like develop and stuff. It's awesome. Hi Chen, thanks for joining. Don't need it long unless you don't stream The Last of Us 2. I'm definitely going to stream The Last of Us 2 if people are interested in seeing it. So we'll see how many people
another one of them comics you've been reading.
want it to happen. Awesome, I'll read it later. Fair enough. Interesting fact about Ellie is that when she picks up things like that little toy robot and not the comic book, the adult magazine she swipes from Bill's place, the character is supposed to actually pick them up, but she'll only do it when you're not looking at her. Which I thought was quite interesting that they actually bothered to kind of like program that in. I would replay it if I still had my PS4. Great game. Really good game. Really cinematic. They went a completely different way with it. And you'll see what I mean when I get round to it, but for now I just need to finish this first game.
This place takes me back.
How so?
Does it?
It was right after everything went down. I ended up in a triage just like this. And everywhere you look, you just saw families torn apart.
Yeah.
Whole damn
Includes,
world
yeah, includes you, mate.
turned upside down in a blink.
Is that after you lost Sarah?
Yes, it was.
I can't imagine losing
I love how he develops. Like, he's talking about his daughter now.
I'm sorry, Joel.
He would have never done that.
That's okay, Ellie.
I love it. I love it so much. They changed the opening scene in the game a couple of times whilst developing it. So originally you were going to play as Joel, and the original storyline had Joel waking up because he heard screams coming from the next room where one of his neighbours had gotten into the house and was attacking Sarah. But they thought that it would be a bit cliche, a bit like kind of obvious, or you know, just sort of done. So they switched it round. And obviously they thought that having you play as Sarah initially, with what happens in the opening scene, would kind of make it hit a bit harder. If that makes sense. And I guess it did. You care more about what happens at the beginning of the game because you have played as Sarah for a little bit. Eddie and I shared it, so I never play it on my own. We treat it like a TV series and we play together every night. No, I get that. That's a good way to play a lot of games. It's a good way to play a lot of games, especially kind of episodic stuff like the Telltale stuff. That's really good played together. But The Last of Us 2 is long. Or I mean it is if you play it the way I played it for the first time. It's a long game. If I reload these guns, that might actually let me pick up some more ammo. Maybe. Like that one, if I reload that. Alright, I can only carry one bullet at a time. Fair enough. I guess not that gun. I was going to say if I reload them I might be able to pick something up.
This is a good spot.
What can I do here? I want to do clip capacity for guns like this, so that I can actually carry a bit more. Because that's what really winds me up. That's max clip capacity. I can't do that one anymore. I can do that again. What about the others? I don't know, I just find that's like the most useful thing, is just being able to pick up ammunition rather than having to leave it on the ground. We'll leave it at that for now, because the rest I don't really care too much about. And then let's progress a little more.
Hey, Joel, I got something for you.
Do you know what? I think we're closer to the end than I originally thought.
Not right now, okay?
Oh,
Let's get to this
I've
lab.
done it again.
Okay.
I've skipped an optional dialogue piece with Ellie. Because I'm so used to them just interacting and dialogue flowing between them without having to kind of actually go over and initiate it. And then they throw moments at you like that where you have to go over and actually kind of press triangle to progress the story. Salt Lake City Police. There's a lot of places in this game that are completely made up, but then there are a lot of places that are based entirely on real life. So like Salt Lake City obviously is a real place, I think. But the college they go to, that's like entirely fictional, completely made up.
This time it's gonna be
Whatever, like University of...
know it.
What do you mean?
They're gonna be there.
What was it?
Firefly. Sure of it.
I don't know. The university they go to though, that's like completely made up, doesn't exist. There's actually a little nod towards, if you've ever played Firewatch, there's a nod towards The Last of Us in that game, because when you open up a container, there's a jersey in it for the university that Joel and Ellie go to. And because it's not a real university, that can't be anything other than a reference towards this game. This is a massive infected area. Yep. That's a bloater as well. Fun fact, the noises for bloaters are actually it's the sound of like one of the sound like the sound director's baby or something, his baby son, and he took one of the noises he'd recorded and slowed it like right down, and that's the bloater noise. So the bloater actually is a baby. The noise is a baby that's been slowed down really heavily, which is kind of fun. You get that in a lot of games where they take... Well, that's messed up. Yeah. Oh god, she scared the shit out of me. All I saw was like her kind of come near me. Yeah, that kind of like adds an extra level to the whole bloater thing, doesn't it? Like the fact that the sound from the bloater is actually a baby that's been like messed with. They do that in a lot of things. You know the Boo characters in Super Mario. So in Mario 64, the Boo's laugh is actually Bowser's laugh, but sped up really, really quickly. Fuck's sake, I'm so fucking tense right now. The clicker sounds. So the actual clicker like enemy type is based on... I mean, but so the clicker itself... Oh, I didn't mean to shiv him, that's such a waste. It's because I was tapping triangle, fuck's sake. The clicker enemy type is actually based on a TV special by ABC around how deaf children who grow up... blind children, sorry, who grow up blind use echolocation. That's where the idea of a clicker kind of came from. The sound of the clicker is an actual voiced... It's a voice actress that came up with that kind of like... That kind of like throaty kind of like sound for the female clickers, and then the audio lead for the game, he was able to replicate it. So the audio lead for the game did the male clickers, and then they had a voice actress called Misty Lee, I think, did the female ones. So like sometimes you forget that like a lot of the voices and stuff in games are actually like, would you have thought the infected and stuff were voiced by actual real people? I would have almost assumed it was just kind of generated. But it goes back to like the level of detail that goes into these things. Ellie has that knife, but like just doesn't do anything. I want to take down that clicker, but last time it fucking caught me straight away. Ellie is the fact that she follows you like so closely is another deliberate decision. Originally she wasn't gonna like always stick right next to you. Like they made it so that she would. So there's that like sort of constant presence. I want to take this clicker down, but I really, really don't want it to fucking catch me. And last time it did. And also I've got to be wary of where that bloater's looking when I do it. I could try, like I could try a bow and arrow, but I don't know if I miss if it's going to set them off. Need to get a clicker before it goes back to the wall. Yeah, 100%, because otherwise the bloater will see me. I'm just gonna try it. I'll try and get it when it comes up, and if I don't, then I don't. Fine. I'm more worried about the bloater because I can bow and arrow the clicker if I really want to. Ah! That is not what I wanted to happen. The bloater's been set off. Oh, the fucking bloater comes up here. Are you kidding me? Ah. How should I deal with this? So Ellie's finally taking a shot when it's too late. Original plans were for Ellie to not shoot anybody until much later in the game, and have it like be a really big deal when she did. But they kind of realised that that wouldn't work. Like you wouldn't have this girl who's been through like everything that she's been through, not kind of, I don't know, just not take a shot as early as she does. Even the fighting, like it's interesting because they use like MMA fighting as like a basis, but then they slowed it down, so that every single punch kind of had more of an impact. And apparently they tried really hard to make it so that every time you get hit, like, there's less of a bounce back. If that makes sense. I'm trying to like talk shit whilst playing the game, and it's not working very well. Should I bother taking him out? I mean, I could just run now. I don't really. No, I shouldn't have done that. Such a bad idea. That's fine. Let me. Now that there's more of them, it kind of makes each shot more worthwhile. That's a clicker as well. Really, really don't want to go like that. I just shot it in the face and it isn't dead. What the fuck? Oh! I just shot you in the fucking face. Are you kidding me? Do I even need to like actually like get these guys, or can I just? That thing's gonna get me. It's gonna grab my face and eat it. I just saw some ammo for this gun, that's why I'm quite keen to use it now. No! For fuck's sake. So I just saw some ammo for that gun, that's why I was like, oh cool, I'll just go in and use this like little short range pistol thing. Ah, God's sake. Oh, I was going to say, where's the bloater gone? But I almost ran straight into it. Oh, I really, really want to get through this. Nice finger in the mouth, always. Everyone likes a finger in the mouth hole. I didn't mean to fucking shiv him. Fuck that. Let's start again. let's do this a bit slower. It's because I spam triangle because I want to grab him like as soon as possible, and then it means I end up wasting ships that I really don't need to. Ellie, like, is just throwing shade like, and stay down. To take you out? I don't know, maybe I can sneak past them and I'm just like going OTT trying to get them all. But then I don't know how they are on the other side, like whether they're all docile or... Let's take a different approach, see how that works. So that clicker shouldn't be able to see us. So as long as I don't make too much noise, I should be able to get round. I guess they can hear us in the water. There's another clicker there.
Many of them.
Well, there's nothing in this room.
Just keep at it.
As in, like, no enemies in this room, so... There's one behind me. Did you just say? Oh, shit! Okay. You're not wrong. Can I craft something? Because it's not letting me pick these up, so I must be full. Oh, yeah, shit, I've got tons of materials. Is he moving towards me then? No. She's talking as if like I'm in like real bad trouble. So these guys are all like... I should be able to take them all out quietly. She just wants you to get a wiggle on, probably. Let's see. I should be able to take them down without disturbing each other, because they're all like hunched over, kind of like in their own world. I mean, that'll be a nice little way to sneak. Oh, that's like really close for comfort, isn't it? I'd love to go through, like, after playing this game properly, like, I'd love to go through it again and do the whole thing stealth, or, like, do, like, speedrun, like, try and work out the best path in every single room, every single zone, every single location, and just, like, boss it through. Okay, so...
Stand back.
Step back from what? I can't actually... I mean, again, that dude is hunched over, but... but there's shitloads of them there. I don't know, can I run past them? Like... I don't want to waste all my time taking them out if on the other side of them is like the exit, and I could have just ran through. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, like, if on the other side I actually need to go slow or something. I'm gonna just take my camera off for a second. And just fix something really quickly. There we go. My stream was in danger of failing, but I think it's okay. Do I know the fastest time speedrun for The Last of Us? I don't know. I'd imagine like maybe... I mean, speedrun times are always ridiculous, so... a couple of hours? Maybe? If I drop down, are they going to hear me because of the water? I don't know if that's how it works, so I'm just going to leave them. I'll try going the other way. What is the fastest time then, Spartan? 2 hours? Yeah, so I was going to say, it's going to be something mad. It always is. It's always like a couple of hours. And you just think to yourself, like, how do they do it? But sometimes I utilise exploits. I don't know if any exploits actually exist for The Last of Us, but if there are some, they might be used. And other times they just know the perfect route to avoid enemies, or you know, like for example here, then I might not have to fight any of these, although it really doesn't look like it, because it looks like I need a boost up to get on top of that truck. Fuck's sake. I don't know. I really don't know the best way to do this. The only ones I'm really worried about are the bloaters. That guy over there, I mean, regular infected, you can just beat them up. I could try and like take some of them down with the bow and arrow, but I don't know if, like, if I miss, does it set everyone off? See, I mean, that's woken him up, regardless of whether it's set everyone else off. And if I restart the chapter 6 minutes ago, what was I doing 6 minutes ago? Let's find out. Is it right back at the start? It's right back at the start, so I just wasted all that time. They also spent hours and hours just replaying areas. Yeah, definitely, that's how they do it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't mind doing that afterwards, going back and learning the best path for every single area. I just want to see, like, what happens if I run straight to the end. Can I actually just get up? Like, do I actually need to fight all of these guys? Do you know what I mean? Or can I, like... And the answer is... yes, I have to. I have to fight all of them. But is Ellie, like... Can I not... No. Don't look back. I don't know, like, part of me is tempted to just do that again. Use a couple of Molotovs. Do you know what I mean? Like, just get through it. I think if there were more... Let's, I can melee all of these without really wasting too much. Oh, I can't punch them, can I? Even when I'm, even when they're like incapacitated with a brick or a bottle, still can't punch them. Let's take this guy out again. I was gonna try and just sneak past that one, like over there, but it's... I'm sure that's a different path to how it took last time. I'd use my bow, but it just doesn't really seem to be working for me like it did the last time I played through. I don't know, I just remember like it being much steadier, but maybe I just haven't upgraded it. Maybe that's the problem. I've got a shitload of flamethrower ammo.
Oh my god. There's so many.
Because I obviously never use it. Maybe I'll just use some of that. Let's craft some of this stuff because I'm obviously carrying too much. Taking that one out at the end is always worrying. Because they're so close. Oof, nasty. Ah. Okay, so what have I got here? Who can I take out? How should I do it? Wonder if I can. If I do that, is he gonna come? Okay, that's one less. I could try and take this clicker out the same way. That didn't really work. Not the way I wanted it to. I mean, the clickers can't see, so that's, you know, that's one bonus. But the bloaters definitely can. Oh, that clicker's fucked off actually. So maybe I can take him down now. Although, hasn't fucked off enough. These areas always prang me out. How do you mean? The bog boys. I mean, bog works just as well. You mean the babies? Is that what you're talking about? The big babies? Runners. Where? Oh, fuck. I completely forgot that there are ones fucking behind me. I can actually take that dude out. As long as the clicker stays the fuck away. I'd be okay. But it's really fucking close. So it's probably not going to happen. And to be honest, it doesn't need to happen as long as I don't set these guys off. Come on, that's it, come on. Okay, one less clicker. But if I set even one of them off, then it sets them all off. I need to get out of here before that clicker comes back. Oh, but then maybe I can take that clicker down. Nice. And then one more. I don't need to take these guys down, but I do if I'm going to set the other ones off, because obviously that's just more than I need to deal with. Okay, so that's all of those. So there's like 2 bloaters, I think 1 clicker and then a runner. Praying me out because I'm shit at being stealthy and the noises are awful, yeah. The noises for the female clicker are Misty Lee, who's one of the voice actresses that they hired, and basically told them like come up with some sounds. And the male clicker is I want to say like Gavin Kansas or something like that. He's like audio lead for the game, and he like made the male clicker sounds. Imagine being that guy. Imagine being the clicker guy or the clicker woman and being able to imitate that sound exactly. I would use it just to scare the shit out of my friends. Do you know what? Can the bloaters actually... If I sneak past, do they not see me? The worst that can happen is they do. So I'm going to try and sneak and take that clicker out with a shiv, and then see if I can lift Ellie up without being seen. Worst case scenario, they see me and I have to take out 2 bloaters as well as a clicker. And I'd have to take them out anyway, I think. Nice, okay, that's it. So it's a shame that I'm fucking full on that ammo, because... Oh no, I'm not. If I reload... Oh, quickly. Yeah.
That crate could get us up there. Ellie, get on up there and drop that crate for me.
That wasn't too bad actually, I did that quite well. Better than I was expecting. But then she's going to drop the crate and those bloaters are going to come running. Probably. I'm guessing. What are you doing? Don't jump over it, jump on it. How that didn't set them off, I will never know. I ain't hanging around here either.
We're good. I don't think they can reach us now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, chill.
Watch your step. That water looks pretty deep.
How convenient that she can't swim.
What's that?
You can teach me how to swim.
You got it.
Bless. So how do we get... Ah, I have to dive probably, don't I? Again, convenient that Ellie can't swim. Yeah, thought so. Oh, right. I was thinking, where do I have to put this down? They use yellow a lot in this game intentionally to tell you where to go. If you hadn't noticed. For the most part, like there's no UI. For the most part, the game is very clean and supposed to be like really immersive. So you don't have a HUD. You don't have like a massive kind of UI that's overlaid over everything. But they do use some clever little tricks. So they use the colour yellow to kind of like signpost you to where you should be going. Either like yellow cables or like at the top of that ledge there was like yellow kind of like hazard stripes.
And another jam door.
It's clever. Video game tricks. Oh look, a yellow ledge.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, motherfucker. Hi Charlie, thanks for dropping in.
Okay.
How's it going?
Come on. Get that door open.
You missed a really pivotal scene, in my opinion. Are you fucking shitting me? Mate, what the fuck am I supposed to do? That, I guess.
You okay?
Yeah. They just surprised.
But that's not gonna,
Man, I can't wait for this.
I'm surprised nothing else has run out after I fired that shot. Hello children, so much work today. Mate, like I was saying, you've missed a really pivotal scene. You've missed a big kind of development point for Joel. He's so much more willing to sort of open up to Ellie now. They're much closer. So you'll have to go back and watch it. Yeah, you'll have to, because I'm not going to tell you about it. It's massive. It's like, it's one of the moments I've been waiting for while playing. It's one of the moments I've been waiting for. It's one of the moments I was really interested to see like how you guys reacted to it. So you'll have to let me know in the Discord later how you felt about it.
Hey, look. Here it is.
There it is. The way out. But now no, clearly there's going to be somewhere else for me to go in, like there always is. Just checking it's not that way. I'm actually like running out of air very quickly. I just about made that. How much do you want to bet there's something in here waiting to kill me? There's Ellie. That's fine. I know that's just her. Doesn't seem to be anything I can do in this room. Again, yellow ledge. Signposting. How's work, Charlie? You've started a new job, haven't you? I know you said you were loving it and that they'd sent you not only some hot chocolate but a branded umbrella. Come on, get on the fucking pallet.
You know,
Okay, there. I'm on it. Be careful.
I got you.
Drown her! Mate! We love Ellie. We don't want to drown her. I got an Easter egg with my name on it delivered today. Mate, wherever you work for, I need to get in there. I didn't get the job I applied for, unfortunately. I've applied for another job. I've got an interview on Friday. So we'll see how that goes. Are you gonna drop that ladder for me, right?
Stand back.
Damn ladder broke off the wall.
Now what?
I'll figure something out.
I'm sure you will. So... up there, I guess. Oh, okay. You had to put it in front of the doorway. Fine. Okay. I see what we're doing here. We're gonna just use it to walk across that little gap. That's fine. first the ladder, then me. Becca's got an exam today as well, isn't she?
Oh, I see. Good idea.
Oh, you're damn right, it's a good idea. I'm a smart guy. Do I need it? Can I pick it up again? Doesn't look like it, that's fine. In 4 minutes. Wow, so she must be like, yeah, cramming. Last minute cram.
Oh boy.
Me go ahead, and you follow my lead.
Okay, right behind you.
Do you know what? I could have I could have just gone down there and climbed up instead of climbing over, like jumping over. She was playing FF last night, I'm sure. Final Fantasy 15 is a great game. It's so different to previous Final Fantasies in a lot of ways. Straight from the start, you can tell it's a different
Great.
game.
Come on, jump.
When it starts off with that like Stand By Me playing as 4 guys push a broken down car.
See?
That whole game is a story about the bros.
Get
Like
the
the
hell off this
actual
thing.
storyline takes a back seat to the lads on their road trip. Worth playing though. 15. It's good. Was in development for absolutely years. Went through a couple of name changes, a couple of like not genre, but like the gameplay changed a lot from the start. Like, there was a lot going on here. I almost didn't realise I had to hit triangle to grab that rail. Oh my fucking god. What can I do? Oh mate, she's fucking actually doing something. She risks her own life just as much as like Joel risks his. Like the pair of them. Mate. Fuck, she can't fucking swim, can she? She can't swim. Like the flow of the water is super fucking fast. No, come the fuck on. Has he got her? I'm out of fucking air myself. I'm either gonna die or it's gonna start taking my health. Oh, that was so close. That was so fucking close. Eddie, nice to see you, buddy. This is how it ends. Hey, geek, how's it going?
Hands in the air!
No! This ain't the time, mate.
Hands in the fucking air!
He doesn't give a shit. Mate! You fucking dicks. He doesn't give a shit, does he? Like, he was just... He didn't care. Oh my geek, good thanks you.
Welcome to the Fireflies. Sorry about that. They didn't know who you were.
And Ellie?
She's alright. They brought her back. You came all this way.
Yeah, he fucking did.
How'd you do it?
Same here,
It
Nacho.
was her.
I'm actually thinking I might have to end the stream and carry on
She
next
fought
time.
like hell to get here.
Because I'm not rushing this bit.
Maybe it was meant to be.
I'm a lot further than I thought, yeah.
I lost most of my crew crossing the country. I pretty much lost everything. And then you show up and somehow we find you just in time to save her. Maybe it was meant to be.
Take me to her.
Yeah, that's
You
what
don't
I'm
have to worry
thinking,
about
Eddie.
her.
If I do another half
We'll
hour,
take
yeah,
Don't worry.
it'll be a bad place to
Let me
end.
see her, please.
I love how Joel cares for her now so much.
You can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
The hell do you mean, surgery?
The doctors tell me
Pay attention.
cordyceps, the growth inside her, has somehow mutated. It's why she's immune. Once they remove it, they'll be able to reverse engineer a vaccine. A vaccine.
But it grows all over the brain.
It does.
Find someone else.
There is no one else.
Listen, you were gonna show me where.
Stop.
Nah, I'm
get
not gonna
it.
rush it.
But whatever it is you think you're going through right now is nothing to what I have been through. I knew her since she was born. I promised her mother I would look after her.
Then why are you letting this happen?
Because this isn't about me, or even her. There is no other choice here.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that bullshit.
March him out of here. He tries anything, shoot him. Don't waste this gift, Joe.
Get up. I said get up.
Joel isn't the guy to fucking mess with, you know.
Come on.
You have missed it, Geek, unfortunately. But I'll be streaming
I
on
said
Friday. The conclusion.
Give me an excuse. Which way?
That's his backpack. With all of his stuff in it.
What the fuck you doing? Keep walking. I said keep walking. Where was the operating room? I ain't got time for this. Where? Where? Top floor, the far end.
This bit doesn't make sense though. Like, why would he tell him after he's been shot? Yeah, why would he say if he's been shot? So I'm in a really awkward position now because I don't know whether to play for 25 more minutes or whether to end the stream now and then pick it up on Friday. But then I also don't know, can I do the whole thing in 2 hours on Friday? Because I think there's more than you think there is. So I really don't know what to do. Leaving it in 25 minutes will be a bit of a shitty place, but I can't commit to playing. I can't commit to playing longer. And I won't be able to finish it on this stream, Nacho. Definitely not. I can't. Last time was like a real stretch. Last time was a real stretch. I don't know, Eddie, because like there might be more than I'm thinking. But I don't know. I'm definitely not going to do it now. Do what you want to. Yeah, so I mean I just want to finish it, obviously. I want to play through. I don't want to cut it at like, you know, it get to the end and then I have to cut it just before the kind of the credits roll or whatever. You think there's not over 2 hours? I suppose it depends how well I play, how quickly I get through it. But there's also like there's a lot of people missing from this stream that have kind of watched from the very beginning. So that's another reason why I'm thinking like I won't rush it. I'll wait, and I know that there are people who have been watching from the start that will want to see what happens at the end. If you know what I mean. So okay, I'll leave it till Friday, but I don't even know if I've got a horrible feeling that it'll take me longer than 2 hours on Friday. That's all I'm worried about. But we'll wait and see. I'll leave it until Friday, just in case. Whole oat milk time. Trev, mate, you're late as well. You're coming in like just towards the end. You've missed a lot of the fun stuff. It'll be up on Twitch afterwards and up on YouTube, so you can always watch it and kind of catch up, but you still missed out, my man. You've still missed out. But it is what it is. You finish at 5:30, I'm afraid. Oh well, that's okay. I see a Pokemon. Oh yeah, shit. I forgot we were talking about Pokemon earlier, weren't we? So, yeah, Totodile is like probably one of my all-time favourite Pokemon. Like the Totodile and the Totodile like evolution line, like probably one of my favourites. It's a shame there's so many people missing that have been like watching from the start. So like obviously me and Spartan already know the storyline, but like Amy, I don't know what your thoughts are on like what just happened on the stream. So we've like it's quite drastic, isn't it? Like all of a sudden, bang, you're there. Like you fight your way through that little kind of collapsed tunnel. Hi Shadow, you're joining as well. Yeah, everyone's joining towards the end of the stream, which is great, but it's just a shame that you've missed it. Thanks for joining all the same. So, what was I saying? So you're fighting your way through that kind of collapsed underground tunnel. You get to the end. Ellie is potentially drowning, you know, after Joel has dragged her out of the water. And then you get kind of held at gunpoint by this guard who knocks you out, and then you wake up and boom, you're there. You're in the Fireflies hospital. You've made it. You've reached the end. You have arrived. And then you get this massive revelation that this journey you've been taking throughout the whole game to bring Ellie to the Fireflies, to save humanity. She has an immunity and they want to kind of, you know, turn that into medicine to reverse the damage that's been done. And you're suddenly hit with the reality of having to, you know, kill Ellie in order to get it. And surprisingly, Joel is really against it. Which is a far cry from how he was at the start of the game. Start of the game, really couldn't give a shit. Didn't want to take it at all. But he grows and he develops through the course of the game, which is awesome. I just want to know, lol, but I'm trying to not Google it. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. This game is like, it's completely different to a lot of stuff that was at the time. Like, you have an expectation of how things are going to go, and you think to yourself, nah, like, I know what's going to happen. Like, it's obvious, you know, this is the path that this game is going to take. And then all the way through, at different points, that is completely turned around for you. And it's like, actually, no, we're not going to stick to these tropes. Things aren't going to pan out the way everyone thinks it's going to. Tess's death right at the beginning was like, you know, the first kind of like hint of that. Yeah, everyone, like, Joel is a massive dick for most of the game. Until these like huge things happen. Like the thing with Joel and Ellie and David in the restaurant, that is one of my all-time favourite scenes from, not like, if not just this game, then probably, I don't know, not every game, but like it's one of my all-time favourite scenes for sure, because it's an instant switch. Joel is still a bit of a dick up until that point. He's still a bit hardened. Like, he doesn't talk about Sam's death. He doesn't talk about Sarah. He doesn't even really like talking about Tess. He's only kind of taking Ellie across because he kind of feels an obligation, right? Like, he even says to her at one point, you know, we don't have to do this. We can go back to Tommy. Like, we don't have to go all the way. But then that scene with Joel, where with Ellie and David, where David is on top of Ellie, and Ellie already knows like the kind of person that David is, and he's like holding her by the throat, and he's he's saying to like, you don't know what I'm capable of, this and that, and then she just lays into him, and Joel kind of comes in, doesn't even really save her, doesn't have to, like she can take care of herself, and Joel comes in, and like Ellie's breaking down, and he just hugs her, and he calls her baby girl. Like it's an instant change. It's so strong. Yeah, I know, Shad, you said the stream is a bit poorly timed for you, which is fine. Like I get it, you're working. It's the same for Lena, obviously, like from France as well. So I get it. I appreciate you dropping in when you can. It does mean a lot. I had a couple of new followers yesterday, who we spoke about The Last of Us for a little bit. Because I can quite easily like hype this game up to anyone. Like I love it so much. He wants to protect her from everything. Like there was a point where he was shielding her. Yeah. He does. Yeah, so these are on Twitch, Shad, and they're on YouTube. You can definitely go and check them out. This time, it's one continuous stream. We didn't have any audio lag, which is awesome. Partly because I didn't do a transition at the beginning. I didn't have a starting soon screen that transitioned into a live gameplay screen, because that's what causes that audio lag, me kind of switching to and from different scenes, because my computer literally just can't handle the graphics between it. But Joel does want to protect her from everything. Right at the start of the game, when you are... I don't know if you're still with Tess, but there's a point where Ellie says to Joel, like, you can't deny that view. Like, I know the world is kind of falling apart and going to shit, but you can't deny how beautiful this kind of view is. And he looks at his watch briefly, and that's like the first hint that you get that he's thinking about Sarah, like about the connect, like the kind of the reminder that he gets from Ellie, like of once having Sarah, is when he looks at that broken watch for a moment. And then you get to see it evolve over the course of the game. Like, it's amazing. I'm glad they're bringing out a kind of TV show based on the game. It was in development hell for a long time. There was actually a film that was slated to be directed by Sam Raimi, but that was in development hell because Sony Pictures, I think it was very much, this is how we want this film to go, and Druckmann, Naughty Dog, was very much, no, that's not how this works. And I'm glad for that, you know. I'd rather not get it than get something that's subpar, because The Last of Us is probably as good a film as you'll ever get, like on its own, just by playing the game. But they're bringing out a TV show, which should be good. They would have messed it up, definitely, man, 100%. They almost always do with video game to film adaptations. The only ones that I can think of that actually work are, I mean, you've got like the Batman movies, but they're not really video game adaptations. A series gives them more time to tell a story, definitely, yeah. And it needs the time. Like, if you took away from this game all of the kind of non-essential bonding parts, it would be so... it just wouldn't have the same effect. A lot of the storyline, a lot of the emotion that you feel is actually in the interaction between the two characters, like when they just chat outside of like cutscenes and stuff. Which is really good. And that came directly from Uncharted. When they were doing Uncharted, that's where they started kind of experimenting with that sort of stuff. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, the game draws a lot of inspiration from TV and film, so you would hope that that would kind of work in the opposite direction. It draws a lot from No Country for Old Men. I've not seen it. I know it draws a lot from Josh Brolin's character. A lot. Like, Joel is basically Josh Brolin's character in that film. I think he was actually originally going to be called. They were going to call They were going to call Joel Ethan, based on one of the directing team from that film. The story's already there, so you'd hope it would be difficult to screw it up. You would hope so, man. But like the trouble is, they just take things out and they change characters, they change things. That's what ruins it. That's the 6th film, Nacho. I've never seen it, which is odd because I really like Josh Brolin. I think he's a really, really good actor. I would have chosen him for Joel. They've actually gone with is it the Mandalorian's actor? I think he's playing Joel in the TV series. But either way, I mean, I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of that going on. Like there's a new Resident Evil movie reboot, which I don't think is another Anderson series like Anderson and Jovovich, their films. Hopefully this reboot is going to be... It's called Welcome to Raccoon City. That's the first... It's either a TV show or a film. And the first one it's called like Welcome to Raccoon City. And I so hope it's good, man, because I love Resident Evil. It's just another thing I'm worried about, like them ruining it. Same with The Last of Us. I'm worried they'll ruin it. But they've like... There's been comic books for The Last of Us. There's obviously the games. They've like experimented with different kind of medias before, so hopefully they know what they're doing. There was a live stage show for The Last of Us, which I know for a fact nobody will have seen, because it was a one-off. It was a one-night only event. It was a special one-off for like individually invited people, I think, or like maybe like a really small number of tickets or whatever. But it was really small. It was a one-off. It was directed and written by Druckmann. It was scored by Gustavo as well, like the same guy doing the soundtrack. He was there doing sounds for this stage show. They had the voice actors on stage, acting out and like speaking their lines from key parts of the game. But it wasn't recorded at all. Like they stipulated, please do not record this. This is a one-off thing. It is just for the people in this room. It will never happen again. And I think that's really awesome that they did it. But I'm also like really fucking gutted that you'll never see it. You know? Really fucking sucks. And it has like... It shows like a little epilogue. So there are bits in this one-off stage show that they don't exist anywhere else. You don't get to see this kind of content. So it shows Joel it shows Joel and Ellie back at Tommy's kind of hideout, ranch, whatever it is. And Joel gives Ellie a guitar and sits down and like promises to teach her play, which is something that is like touched on in the main game as well. So it's good that they did it, but it's a shame that we'll never ever get to see it. There was so much hype around this game when it came out, like I say, comics and that stage show and like all sorts. It's good that it's kind of held its own all this time. Like it's easy to forget it was a PS3 game. It's so good, I might watch it this weekend. What are we talking about now? The first Resident Evil movie? Or No Country for Old Men. So, the first Resident Evil movie is good and I really enjoyed it, but I was also in school, so like my level of appreciation for films was obviously very different to what it is now. I don't rate those Anderson films very much. I don't think they're great. It's one of the only, if not, it might be the only film series to have made as many films and to continuously make more money with every film that comes out. That's quite an accolade, I suppose. But in terms of like sticking faithfully to the source material, it's fucking terrible. I hate the Alice character. I hate like that she gets powers. I just hate the whole fucking thing. But then that probably has something to do with the fact that I don't really like the direction that Resident Evil's gone recently. I don't like the massive kind of like super powered Las Plagas stuff. you only ever watch the first one. So the first one out of all of them is probably the one that I can get on with most. I quite like it. It's zombies, you know. It's Jovovich and a cast of other characters in. Yeah, the laser grid bit is the part that everyone remembers. Who's the actress in it that plays? She's really famous as well. Like everyone knows her, but her name escapes me right now. She plays like that really kind of moody soldier. The woman, I don't remember her name, but she was in it. She's a famous face that's in it. Obviously, Jovovich, kind of, that's her big thing at the moment. Resident Evil. She's the wife of the director, in case you didn't know. Yeah, the Hispanic actress. Like, you'll say her name and I'll be like, oh yeah, no, I know. But I first watched that on, like, was it called VCD or something? Like, someone gave it to me on a CD that they'd burned, and I watched it on my computer. I think she was in Fast and Furious. Yeah, she's in quite a lot, and she, like, I think she always plays a very similar character, like moody and like resting bitch face kind of look to her. Michelle Rodriguez, yeah, that's the one. I said if you say her name, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that's it. It's funny because I found those movies okay. I mean, I really like film. I really like cinema. Massive fan. I'll quite happily go and watch. Yeah, she does always play a SWAT cop kind of character. I'll happily watch like anything from a range of genres. It really takes a lot for me to not like a film, because even if it's, you know, the dialogue is poor or the production value is low or whatever, I am quite easily pleased when it comes to film. I'll watch it, you know. But those Resident Evil films, they just kind of murder the source material so badly that it really ruins it. Yeah, so if you don't play Resident Evil, then that would make sense. If they brought those films out and just called them something else completely unrelated, I'd probably really like them, because you don't get a lot of zombie films, and I'm a huge fan of zombies. So if they just brought them out and called them, I don't know, Zombie Office, or whatever they wanted to call the first one, I would have gone along with it. Mila Jovovich and Zombie Friends, I would have watched it, you know. But because they put Resident Evil on it, it's ruined it. There was what's that film that came out a while ago that zombies that was really popular? It was like Train to something or other, and that's supposed to be really good. They made a follow-on from, well, the train film. Yeah, I think it was Korean or something similar. Yep. And I wanted to watch it because it's proper zombies, right? Well, that's the thing now. You do get some good films that come out, and they are sort of zombie-esque, or they're inspired by, or they're like closely tied to sort of zombie games. But they're never zombies. So you get like 28 Days Later. That was really good. I really liked that, but it's not zombies. You get like I Am Legend. That was really good, but again, not zombies. They're actually closer to vampires because they kind of hide in the dark. And the Resident Evil films, like, you know, they've changed like the games have. So that Train to Busan, I think, is actual zombies. So I really need to find time to watch it. I should probably watch it like late night when I'm chatting away on the Discord till 3 AM. Whether or not I do is another question. I probably won't. Sequel is called Peninsula. Yeah, I've never heard of it. I've heard of Train to Busan. I really want to watch it. I kind of knew there was a sequel, but I didn't know what it was called. Wasn't there a zombie movie someone brought into game once? It was in a building and they had to get to the top. Can't remember. Die Hard. No, Die Hard is a Christmas film. Are you thinking about something like Raid? I think it's called, where they're like in a kind of like tower block and they have to get to the top. I vaguely, I mean obviously like game was like a lifetime ago, so I don't really remember, but I'm going to end the stream soonish because we're coming up to 6 o'clock. So before I do, a bit of a recap on what we've seen. So this is the 8th playthrough for The Last of Us. So I think we're going to finish it next stream. So it'll end up being 9 streams long, which isn't bad. Silent Hill, if we have to. I actually enjoyed the Silent Hill game. We're going to finish it in the next stream probably, so it'll be 9 streams long. I'll play for a full 2 hours hopefully and actually get to the ending. There's a few people that haven't been in today's stream that have been in the past 7 from the very beginning. So hopefully they'll have a bit of time to watch it either on Twitch or on YouTube, and then I can come and finish it on Friday. And that'd be quite a cool way to end the week actually. And then I've got a weekend to try and think about what I play next. But I guess I'll do the DLC for The Last of Us first, so we'll do that, Left Behind, which is a kind of, well, it's a prequel, and then I'll have to think about something else to do. Yeah, I'll definitely do the DLC, Left Behind. It's really cool. It doesn't give anything away from the main game because it's a prequel. So the DLC is based in the time when Joel is injured and Ellie is scavenging, trying to find medication and supplies to kind of take care of him. But while she's looking around the shopping mall that she's in, she has flashbacks to like before she met Joel. Are you going to have a break between this and The Last of Us 2? I don't know, it depends. I'll probably put a vote up and see, because I'd probably be quite happy to go into The Last of Us 2, although that's another super long game. But I'd also be happy to play, you know, something like Resident Evil 2, either the originals or the remakes, maybe Silent Hill, something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thanks a lot for those of you that have actually joined today and watched the stream. It's been a bit of a quieter one. For half of it, we had maybe a handful of people watching, so I suppose it's sort of midweek. Happy Hump Day, by the way, so maybe understandable that there's less people around. If you are kind of watching this catching up, then why are you still here? Because we finished the game ages ago. We're going to continue it on Friday. All games I've never played myself. So I want to play the Medium at some point. I don't know whether I'll play that on stream or not, because I know it's been streamed recently. I wanted to play Hellblade. Plague's Tale was something I never looked at, but there's a couple of games I wouldn't mind playing. I think I have a good idea actually for the next series I might play. It's still going to be a horror. It's kind of going to be zombies, but it's not. So it's kind of zombies, it's kind of aliens, and it's kind of demons. So I'll let you try and work that out. Yeah, it is kind of zoomy. I've got to go because Melly Moo Mum is trapped outside. But thanks for sticking around. Rock Dove, you're right at the end of the stream. I'm going to end it right now because otherwise I'll talk for like another 20 minutes. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching the stream. I'll see you on the Discord, and I'll see you Friday for the next part of the stream. Thanks a lot.